Welcome to my channel where I'm going to do another energy pull for the collective to see what you all need to know in terms of guidance, the things that you're dealing with in your life, any struggles, any answers any questions that we all need answers, any questions that you have that you need answered. Before I sat down and I was getting all my cards and everything set up, I heard a song called Everyone Was Kung Fu Fighting. Stupid, I know. So we'll see if that song pertains to anything. I hope no one's fighting. I hope it's because you're getting into Kung Fu and you want to get physically fit because the New Year's is coming and you have a New Year's resolution. Something like that. I'm going to be using my oracle cards of the Oracle of the Mystical Moments here and my index cards that I have. So we're going to start with, I like to pull the index cards and then I clarify with the oracle cards. Yes, I do it backwards. Backwards. Okay, I'm a little bit hyper. I don't know, maybe the energy of this particular collective or read or what you guys are doing today is a little bit hyper. Maybe with whatever is going on in your life right now, you're trying to get some stuff done. There's a lot happening in the energy and the ethers, whatever you want to call that. Okay. Okay, I'm going to pull A Noble Prize. It's the first energy, and we'll clarify all these. Inner Child. Interesting. Antique Precious. Again, with this lost in fames or wealth's illusion, we're all dealing with that. We're all dealing with the treachery of the matrix and lack of money and recognition in that. Wait a minute. Should I just pull it? Hold on. Okay, I pulled it weird. Life purpose. Future frequency. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Unconquered. License to complain. Okay, I think that's all the energy Spirit is telling me for that. Sometimes I pull more than 6. I'll pull 8 cards. Oh, that just fell off. That's interesting. Okay. Something's about to fall off or fall away. Or you might be losing something. Nothing, it might not be anything bad. Just something's dropping off, something's dropping away. Okay. Let me clarify all these cards really quickly, and then we'll pull the energies that are accented, or what did I call them? That complement them. These are just the oracle cards to clarify the cards that I just pulled. Nothing wants to fly out, so let's go down the line. Again. Ah, wow. Really similar cards from the last read I did, but obviously they're in different places and they're confirming completely different cards in different placements. So that's interesting. Oh, 47, my dear friend, is on the bottom of the deck. And obviously we're in the holiday season right now. This looks very festive, and you could be, this is about a life journey with friendship. And this is the time of the year when people get together, friends, old friends, family members, whatever you want to call it, whatever. This is the time of the year when people get together and they have holiday parties or get-togethers or whatever in this season. So maybe you're reminiscing with some old friends that you've been on a lifelong journey with. This is what's on the bottom of the deck. And it looks very, very in the spirit of where we are now in Capricorn seasons, approaching the holidays soon. And whatever you celebrate, if you don't celebrate the holidays, that's fine. I don't really celebrate the holidays. I did growing up as a child, but I don't really celebrate them anymore. I pay respect to them, and I enjoy the spirit of it, but I'm not doing anything that is like necessarily conforming to what I feel like is conforming to the society's expectations of it. There, that's the best way I can say it without offending people. Or you can celebrate it how you want to. This is just how I feel about it, but it's just funny how, and it's not wrong. Again, nothing is wrong. Nobody's doing anything wrong by celebrating a holiday. That's great. I don't feel connected to it. That's just, I'm not that religious. I feel connected into, it's not even the real birthday of, and I'm not going to go there, but this is the holiday. I feel like it's representation of where we're at currently in this. So this is interesting. I just went off on that. So funny how that happens. Don't you fall. Okay. Someone's going to fall off. That's interesting. All right. So the elements that support this read, that are the main focus, the 4 elements that we're talking about. And tarot, you have the representations of the different suits, the 4 suits that represent those elements. And so in this reading, I just have index cards that have the names of those 4 elements. Water, something that's very emotional. And the secondary energy is fire, something that's very passionate. Okay. This here so I can see it. The energetic tool that you're going to be utilizing in your chakra system that will help you in this energetic read throat chakra, something you need to speak up on or something you need to speak to. Emotionally, again, people really need, this is interesting. Okay. And then the energy that you are battling, that is your opportunity or is your challenge. We're using the 7 deadly sins because I feel like most people can relate to that, those energies in your life. Envy. Do not overrate what you have received, nor envy others. He who envies others does not achieve peace. Buddha said that. Ooh, okay. So envy is what we are the challenge, and whatever side of that is. It's either somebody that is envying your situation or your life or what you're doing, or you're envying a situation that is causing you to get hung up or that is making your situation challenging. It's causing challenges in your life. Okay, and in the numerology, what number frequency are we? What is guiding us in the number frequency? I have the numerology cards 1 through 9, and then 11, 22, and 33 master numbers. I got 2 again. I keep doing that. Funny how, and you saw me shuffle, these came up in a prior reading, 7 and 2. So you could be a life path 7, and you could be a life path 2. You don't have to be. And 7 again is very spiritual. It's about having a very curious nature, being very analytical and intellectual, and you have a thirst for knowledge. Most people who are life path 7s tend to be, they don't have to be, but they tend to be spiritual teachers sometimes. or in some capacity, they're a teacher. 2 is all about a cooperative energy, bringing peace and balance back to a relationship or situation. And you also have really strong intuition. Life path number 2s are very rare. There aren't many people in that energy that were born 2s. Let's see. I did that one. I did that one. I did that. Okay, I pulled all the cards. Okay, so let's clarify. And I'm at 12 minutes. So if you already clicked off this, I'm sorry. No, I'm not sorry. But I have to explain this to people that find my channel because the way that I pull cards is so different and unorthodox, whatever that is in spirituality. That's kind of funny to say. That's like an oxymoron. Okay, so we're going to start at the top. The first index cards that we pulled. Oh, Chinese zodiac. I knew I was missing something. I'm like, something doesn't feel right. I don't have my Chinese zodiacs. Okay, so I use a Chinese zodiac instead of, you will hear zodiac horoscope mentions off the cards because there's a lot of similar energy to tarot that I mention in the cards, some of the cards that I pull that they're similar to, and I always bring that up so that you have a reference to that or that expands a little bit more on that. So you will hear that, but I don't focus too much on them. I'm really focusing on the Chinese New Year. I got one this time. Oh, the snake. And we are headed into the year of the snake. I believe it's in February. I don't know the exact date when the Chinese New Year is, but we'll be going into the year of the snake next year. So if you were born in the year of the snake, you don't have to be. This energy check could potentially be for you. Snakes are very wise, charming, elegant, and they're all about transformation, obviously. And the negative side of that is they're sly, snide, whiny, stingy, lazy, jealous, possessive, and overly physical in the lustful way. All right, so snake-like energy, envious, kind of makes sense to have those two, but it isn't necessarily. But snake-like energy does sometimes move like that, but sometimes it doesn't. Not all snake energy is bad. It's not staying up there. It doesn't like me. I'm sorry, I'm wasting too much time on that. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it like that. I have a little bit of a perfectionist streak in me. My midheaven is in Virgo, so when I do things in a craft sense, I do them very specifically, and I have to learn to just go with it. Okay, so there's a Nobel Prize, something that the Nobel Prize is, this is awesome actually, number 29, which the perfect key, which is a Nobel Prize. This breaks down to an 11, which is a master number 11, which is very intuitive, psychic, innovative, and also is visionary. So the perfect key is finding and unlocking your feelings in something that is very much like a prize to you, but it's a Nobel Prize. This is very interesting energy here. You're unlocking the key to your emotions. And it's like you found that key. You found something that's a Nobel Prize. It's interesting. Maybe it's the inner child, because those two are this right next to it. It could have something to do with your inner child. Okay, so the Nobel Prize, I feel like, is your heart's desire, opening your emotions, opening up the floodgates, finding that perfect key to unlock what you have found or you're gonna find. Number 35 breaks down to an 8, which is abundance and infinite energy. And a long way home, this just reminds me of the Chariot card, but like up in the air. The Chariot card in the deck is traveling and going somewhere. And this definitely looks like you're traveling and you're going somewhere. You're just doing it in a very different, creative, whimsical style. Inner child, this makes sense. So utilizing your inner child is going to get you to this energy in this way. And you do things very creatively where your inner child shines. And you can see this elephant here. Maybe you are very consistent in that, as your inner child doesn't forget what brings them happiness and joy and whimsy. And that maybe that's the Nobel Prize. And you're learning to unlock that. That's pretty cool. You've learned to, or you will, depending on which timeline you're on. And something that is antique and precious to you that has to do with this gardener is, again, like a 7 of Pentacles energy or a 4 of Pentacles, where you're building something that means a lot to you. And this is in the material sense. So this is something that is very like an antique, that's very precious to you, that you don't want to break, that is priceless to you in a sense. So whatever it is that in the material sense, and this is a very emotional, so it's all emotions are at the forefront of this. It's something that is like priceless, like a priceless antique, and very precious and near and dear to you, what it is that you're building and that you have grown as the gardener in your life. And it has to do with, you can hear the car if you can hear it in the background, to do with lost in fame's or wealth's illusion. That either you need to liberate yourself from, or that you have liberated yourself from. So this work that you've been doing, that you've cultivated, lost in wealth illusion. Sorry, but for the the distractions, don't let the distractions focus in on everything that you feel is precious to you in this. And maybe you have liberated yourself from a situation that was full of distractions in focusing on what you needed to focus on, which was like a situation where you felt like life's, the matrix, the situation was like this car out here is giving you a lot of interference, but you've liberated yourself from this. And you've allowed this little bird to get free in this cage. And it was a decision that you had to make. And this, because it's number 2 is about decisions and balance, liberty. And it's also bringing you justice. So this card is very reminiscent to the 2 of Swords and the Justice card all in one. So you see past this lost in fame's or wealth's illusion, and you've liberated yourself from that distraction, because I feel like that card that was going on there was emphasizing that. Interesting. Okay. And then we've got life purpose. Your life's purpose, you either need to protect this, or you do protect this. This is, you don't have to be male or female, but you protect it like a mother would, very nurturing. You keep the nest up high, you protect it from any predators or intruders, and you're very protective. You keep things sheltered. Your life purpose may have something to do with protection also. Not only are you very protective of what you do in this life, but it may literally have something to do with protecting something that's very precious to you, and like an antique that you've been building. This is a future frequency. So this future frequency, this life's purpose that you need to protect, it's coming up in the future. You're going to need to protect it. There's going to be a situation. This is a future frequency. There's going to be a situation where you're going to need to protect something. Something that was your dream. Something that you can see these thorns here in this Sleeping Beauty's dreams. Number 3 is very creative energy and numerology. And something that is very emotional and passionate, because fire was the secondary element energy that we got, that you may need to speak up on when you're protecting this. It's a creative energy. It's a creative thing that is a dream of yours that wasn't easy to come by. As you can see, this castle has thorns all around it, and high walls, and you had to work really hard to obtain it, and do things that were very creative and outside of the box. And you had to do things that it didn't come easy for you. You had to do things very creatively. And sometimes those are the best outcomes. Those are the best ways of doing things. You don't necessarily have to do things by the book. And if you figure out different ways, sometimes those are the best ways, and they turn out to be the happiest of accidents. But this is a future frequency that maybe you need to be protecting your life's purpose that has to do with this dream, this really creative dream of yours that means a lot to you. And then we've got Unconquered. Moon Dance, number 4, is very stable. It's about a way. Moon Dance is somebody who's mastered balancing, and they've been able to master this with just this car going by that we heard with all the noise. You will be able to master this if you haven't already, with no distractions. Anybody that's going to heckle you when you're up here, you're not going to fall. It's actually going to be fun and whimsical to you. And Unconquered. This has to do with this envy, they're telling me. So there's some envy about at least this energy specifically. If you do things in your life very easily to balance, and it's easy for you to block distractions and things, if you've learned how to do it, and this energy, this envious energy, feels like when they see you doing this, you're very unconquered. It's hard to describe. It's like you're not able to be conquered. You're not able to be, they can't capture you or conquer you. You're unconquered because you're in this unflappable energy that's really hard to throw you off, because you actually like being in this energy, and this energy is very about adventure, and it has to do with some of the moon energy there, but maybe it's because you discovered the secrets of that illusion. Maybe you are the illusion, and people look at you and they can't figure you out because you're not easily conquered. You're unconquered. They can't conquer you. So maybe that's why there's envy going on right there. That's what I feel that energy is going into. License to Complain. This could be, oh Lord, license to complain, number 36, which breaks down to a 9, which is the completion or end of a cycle. House of Flowers, I equate this to the Four of Wands, where you've bloomed, you've blossomed in your home, and whatever that you do, you've built this really strong foundation in this. And maybe you have a license to complain, or you feel like you do, because of maybe what you feel like you've built. Maybe you feel like, no, I don't think this has anything to do with that necessarily. This is interesting. License to complain. Oh, the people that are envious of you feel like they have a license to complain because what you've built for yourself in your home and in your own personal foundation just looks so good. It's so beautiful. And there's an envy going on with that situation. And I feel like people look at you like this. They look at you like a dear, you're a dear friend, you're a dear soul, you're a sweet soul. And there's a lot of envy in the fact that you do this just effervescently. And that envy that's coming into your life. And if you're on the other side of this, where there's somebody in your life that you're envying this person because you feel like what they're doing is not correct, or they shouldn't do it like that, or they should go about it a different way. I feel like there's a lot of envy here. Yeah. This red garden was right underneath it. This envious person is looking back at you, what you've done, looking back at their life. They're comparing their life to you because they worked really hard to become this garden. And in their life journey, they went through a lot to get there. And they're looking at you going, but why? Why do you do this? Why do you look and you have friends and you have people that admire you and respect you, and you are just one of those people that everybody loves to be around. And this person who's worked really hard and getting where they are feels like, well, why can't I have this? Why can't I have this? So, if you're feeling that envy in your life, there's going to be something that's going to happen where you need to use your wisdom in this situation and transform. When you have this in the future, when this happens, and it might be pertaining, this might be like a pivotal moment that is a big part of your life purpose that you need to protect. And it's what you're currently building that you love so much, that's very precious, like an old antique that's priceless to you. Use your throat chakra, speak up, and in this balance that you have, you will be able to find your voice because you're unshakable in this energy, in this moon dance. And it's really easy for you. So just in that way, if you utilize it through your throat chakra. We also have 2, which is all about balance and cooperation. And then you could potentially, with 7 here, be teaching someone a lesson in this, or others a lesson in this, in terms of envy or something to that nature. And then if you're the person who's in this envious energy, it's your lesson to learn where all of this is coming from. Why are you so envious? Why are you being so sly, so stingy, jealous, possessive in that way, when you really just need to be focusing on your own life and what you've built that's so beautiful, and concentrate more on what your inner child is trying to tell you. And because your inner child has got a journey, has got this long way home. You're here, we're all like a long way home right now. And your inner child is wanting you to travel more, or let your hair down, or take a chance, take a risk, and journey, whether it be journeying in your creativity or journeying physically, taking a journey physically, taking a risk, taking more chances, instead of fixating your energy on something else and somebody else that you can't control. You need to be working more in a team, like cooperation. Number 2, cooperative energy with your inner child to achieve this fun happiness here that's going on. And I will fix the lighting, and it was really interesting how it was dark the whole time and then it went to the light, and I'll fix it later. It's funny how it ended like that, and then it yeah. That was good. I liked all the symbolism. Everybody was kung fu fighting. I feel like 3333 is about the inner struggle that we all have with the Matrix, with lost in the fame of wealth's illusion, and people have that envy with it, whether you're dealing with it personally inside yourself because you're envious of another situation or someone else is envious of what you're doing, and you're just minding your own business here, having fun, doing your own thing. So that's why we all need to pray for everybody, because not all of us get it right away, and we have to help other people get it, even though they may be the ones that are envious of us. And that was my read, and I hope everybody has a wonderful day, and I hope this finds you well. And if you enjoyed it or got anything out of it, please like and subscribe and share it if you want to. And I'll see you next time. Bye.